Hi, welcome to Buzz, Cincinnati's Underground Business Voice. My name is Tony Selzo. We're here with Andy Magenheim.
Right.
Did I get it right?
Pretty close. That's better than most people.
Yeah, well, you ought to hear how Selzo get murdered. You're a financial planner, and your company is New York Life. And I know right now, people when they hear financial planner, they throw you in a bucket.
Yeah.
And it's really not fair because what you do is really pretty different than what other people do.
Right.
What does financial planning mean in your world?
I think financial planning is the wrong word for me. I'm a life insurance agent with New York Life. We play defense first.
Okay.
And I think that's the critical part of what I do.
Okay.
It's about it's creating a situation that if things go wrong, you have an out. Allows you to take an effort, just like you do with your business coaching. Focus on what you do best and make sure that the backstop is there, and that you're banking success all the way along the way so that if something happens bad, you're not back to zero.
So that's a great analogy. You start with defense first, right?
Right.
So I think that's pretty important in today's times because a lot of people have felt what happens if you don't, right?
Right.
And so who do you really target for that? What is your vertical, your niche, if you will, that you've really gravitated towards?
You know what? The niche is coming out of personal experiences. I really like to work with business owners and individuals that have relationships with disabled children or adults and their families. And what I've found is these families really want to make sure that their relative, or son or daughter, is taken care of throughout their life, and it actually impacts their day-to-day ability to go to work because they're thinking, what's going to happen long term? And we take that off the plate for them. We help the grandparents make sure that there's a secure and independent, financially appropriate kind of resource for these children. They'll be adults one day, and they can live a full life.
They got unique needs.
Yeah.
I mean, and you've through gravity been pulled to that because you're experiencing that now. You're going through that. You live that.
Yeah. I mean, I have children on the autism spectrum to varying degrees, and it's very difficult because we want to help them today, and we'll pull at anything to help them today, but underlying that is a knowledge and really a realization that at some point they're going to be independent because we're not going to be there to look out for them.
And I think it's important for people to understand what it means when we talk about how special those needs are. Here you are, let's say you're I have a friend who's the CEO of a $4 million company. He's got a son that's got type 1 diabetes, okay? He's got a 40-hour block that he can work.
Right.
That's not normal for normal for a business that size. If you've got time shrunk, you have to figure out how to do things in less time, which means you have to be more. Your resources become more precious, including your time and your money.
Yeah.
And having somebody who understands that from the get-go is pretty important.
Right. And it's about taking, like I say, these worries off the plate so that you're 40 hours. In my case, I got about 25 hours I work during the work day per week. Taking the ability to make sure that your worries are off the plate so you can focus in that time is critical. Yeah. And that's how we approach this long-range planning.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you bring to this is that people will they know you care because they can feel that you've gone through that, right? And that that may not sound like a huge differentiator for a financial planner, but I think when I've met people that are in that situation, they gravitate towards each other because they know that they're going through that same stuff.
Right, and you may not know who's affected. But I'll tell you, with autism, it's 1 in 100. That means that probably 1 in 50 people know someone as a direct relationship. But if you added the grandparents, aunts, and uncles, it's a huge population. Add in the other kind of disabilities that families experience. It's a big picture.
And on that note, Andy, I think when changing gears on you, there are this type of strategic relationships that make sense for you, or other people have clients like those people, or probably even to take it further, lawyers that are involved in nonprofits that involve people that have those type of kids or children. Or
it's the people that are involved in the nonprofits, plus the estate planners, even business coaches. A lot of times it's the personal stuff that's holding back people in their lives. So, it's partly...
the strategic advisors that deal with people in that situation are great, good partners for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you have real strong personal relationships with the people you're advising, and it's not just on business. I know that a lot of business coaches will say, keep your business separate. No, it's all personal. And you know what? Ultimately, if you can take that business and bank it for your personal life, that's what success is. That's what I help people do.
That's the business's job. It's to protect those kids and to provide the income that they built there to keep that stuff moving. I think we sometimes forget that.
Yeah.
You know, and business coaches, I think people forget that, but what centers that unifying factor that keeps bringing you back is that you understand that because you've been put in that situation.
Right. So, well, and you don't ask for it, but I'll tell you what, you get more out of it helping these kids than anything else. It becomes the most important thing. And once you understand that, you've gone through it. I think any parent does at some point or sometime in your life, you get what's important. We help protect that. That's what we do.
Yeah. Andy,
hey,
you've been blessed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.